Alright guys, welcome to another one set session by yours truly, Wood. Today we're going to be looking at a match between two Northern Kentucky players. This one was requested by Rip. He is a Pikachu main, and he's never been ranked on anything too crazy. I think he was on honorable mentions in the Kentucky PR. But he is on the grind, and in this day and age, it's really impressive to see somebody still striving to be better like he is. I think it has something to do with his character. That's such a high ceiling Pikachu has. I haven't done a one set session in a long time because I've been kind of laying low after the Frostbite fallout, as it were. That tournament left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth, me included. So I've just been laying low, and Rip came to me and was like, "Hey, I need some advice. Can you give me some? Can you analyze the set for me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, bud. Sure, bud." He's going up against Butter, who is a younger player, but younger to me is like 17, so whatever. He is a Luigi main, a little bit further south. I see him at all the Louisville and Lexington tournaments, and sometimes he comes up to Cincinnati and goes to other things like that. Right now, he's currently ranked number 5 in Kentucky. He has a very difficult neutral if you're not ready for it. He really likes to encourage frustration. He'll short hop forward air, fall with a fireball. Short hop forward air, fall with a fireball. And it's like this wall of frame data that you have to find a way to get again, to get around. But he has trouble in the disadvantage, which of course Luigi has a bad disadvantage. But with Butter, when I'm playing him, I usually just wait for him to air dodge or throw out a move. I just stay on the ground and wait, and you can really rack up a whole lot of damage. But in the same token, he can really rack up a lot of damage to you. So, Rip came to me asking for working around others' options in disadvantage, as in their disadvantage, not overextending on your combos in advantage, and that's pretty much it. He wants to know how can I make sure that I keep a clean, polished advantage state without trying to go too crazy and without taking unnecessary damage or breaking neutral in their favor by accident, stuff like that. Which, clean, like when you see like a clean string, or like a 0 to death or something like that, most of the time, unless it's like Bayonetta or something, that was a lot of good guesses and a lot of good reads all at once, and it looks broken, but it's probably really hard. Because you're like, okay, I got him here, but I know I'm not going to be able to get another hit. There's not enough advantage in this hit, so I got to keep going. And then, oh wait, shield here. He has an aggressive disadvantage, so I'm gonna hold shield here. I hold shield, power shield, grab, continue the string, and it goes and goes and goes. You do that enough, and they're just dead. That's where all the impressive plays come from, and that's why we, as Smash spectators and players, love to see 0 to deaths, because it's like, wow, and that's why a lot of us don't like seeing Bayonetta 0 to deaths, because it's just a true combo string. It's not like a whole lot of reads were made unless he did something like read the SDI, and it's like, well, it all looks the same, Anyway, controversy aside, this is about Rip and his set, and if there's one character that can teach you to be patient in the advantage, it's Luigi, because every Luigi is like, I have frame 0 everything in the air, and I have shorter FAF than freaking startup, so I'm gonna press A a lot. And a lot of Luigis, Butter included, will press A because they don't want to have to deal with their slow floating movement in the air, so they just like, I'm gonna hit you because I like my advantage better than my disadvantage. So Rip being a Pikachu main, great combo potential, but you gotta know when to hold him, when to fold him. Otherwise, Pikachu is liable to get smacked out of his advantage and put in a really bad spot. little stubby legs, little stubby hitboxes for the most part, so it's going to be hard getting into a wall if he doesn't have the lead, but it's not going to be hard to camp when he does have the lead. So, without further ado, I do have notes taken here, as I usually do. Just a page or so per game, nothing too crazy. So, starting the match. So, turn up this audio, and here we go. I'll start from the beginning, actually, just to make double sure that we're okay. They have a mod on. Mod packs are kind of controversial, but as long as it doesn't change any like actual appearance, I don't think it really matters. All right, so they start off. Immediately, Rip does like this crazy back air, and I don't understand why. So they immediately start the match. Ready? And he does this immediate full hop back air, and I really don't know why, because all that did was give Luigi a chance to run in and grab. It must have been, like, my mind goes to missed input when I see that, because I can't think of a logical reason why he would just start off with a bear, and you could see he faded the bear back as if he messed up. So that must have been a missed input, which that happens. First note isn't for another minute or so I'm going to go into the stage here, which in this case is Smashville, and I wrote probably picked as a neutral stage, not a terrible choice for Rip, but would have recommended Battlefield. And spoilers, they end up going to Battlefield. I don't really, it's not a terrible choice. I can see why he wouldn't want to go to Town and City, because Luigi up smash, down throw, down B becomes a thing on that stage, especially a lightweight like Pikachu. And Luigi probably banned Lilat, considering the jank of him recovering on that stage and the fact that Pikachu becomes God on that stage. So with that taken out, it was either Battlefield or Smashville. Or FD, which honestly I would have rather gone to FD than Smashville, to be honest. Just the camping on that would have been ridiculous for Pikachu, because Luigi's advantage or disadvantage would suck. Because Luigi's advantage is good, not in the sense that he juggles you well, but in the sense that he combos you a whole bunch and then spits you back out. But his disadvantage is so floaty and bad, and please respect my air dodge and blah 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 blah. Like, I would have probably gone to FD, but I mean, Smashville isn't a terrible stage. Pikachu does kill off the side with F Smash and Thunder, and it isn't exactly that much smaller than FD, but still, I mean, could have gone worse. So he takes a bit of damage for that silly back air, I gotta say. Great job auto-canceling that. Butter did not respect the frame data. He is going. He's actually being a very good job in advantage. Covers the frame trap with the Nair and uses Pikachu's great quick attack to get back on stage. Let's go back to that combo thing. He was down a whole 31 from one grab. Now he immediately aired. I mean, I would have fallen for that, because I thought he was going to fall a little bit more, but no, he immediately fell with the up tilt. Got a couple up tilts, and look at that. He's so worried. He's coming to me talking about how he's overextending in advantage, but he immediately knew that Luigi's loved an air and press A, and instead he up tilt, and then he waited in shield, and Luigi took the bait. Rip gets another down throw. Boom, boom. He's still in tumble. You could see Luigi actually nared right there. If I can just find that exact frame that he nared at. Boom. Luigi is naring. So Butter apparently, is still thinking like A is the best choice right now, which he's always had that sort of habit for his disadvantage. And to be fair, Luigi is kind of an enabler of that habit. because it works most of the time. So he's going to keep giving Rip what he wants. This time, Nair doesn't actually come out. That must have been frame 2 or something, because he hits him with another fair, and instead he goes for the fair because that'll catch another Nair. Instead, Luigi air dodges, and Rip's like, okay, he air dodged. I'm gonna catch that with a Nair. And if it hit him to the left, that was like, yes, I need this edge guard. Hit him over to the right, which is damaged, but it's not really where he wants Luigi to be. So he immediately jumps off and quick attacks right through Luigi's wall. Hops over his fireball wall. Rising Luigi and out of shield. Okay, still another 30 seconds before my first real note. So he's doing actually a really good job respecting Luigi while also being like, I'm Pikachu, I don't have to respect you. Ooh, excellent. There we go. Wait. Boom. I don't know how he did that. It was like a perfect pivot spot dodge. But Luigi's not going to like dash attack. So if he's running towards you and doing an option, he's either going to jump and do something, he's going to run up and shield you, which his shield isn't that good unless he power shields, or he's going to run up and grab. So Rip took the chance of spot dodging, ends up getting another up tilt, this time actually trading. Luigi's still pressing the A button. Right now, Rip is actually doing a really good job not overextending too much. He's not going for anything crazy. Which I'm going to be focusing on that. That's what he wanted me to focus on, so I'm going to be focusing on that aspect of the game mostly. And look at that landing catch. This is what you got to do with Luigi. His landing options suck. And he sees he already committed to an up air, right? I'll go back to it here. Boom. He already committed to the up air. His first actionable frame is not ready yet. So Rip's like, I've got this. Catch the landing. Boom. Get that powerful dash attack. And he's in a really good spot. This is what I think Rip actually needs to work on. It's his air dodge windows. Look at that. His reaction time seemed to be very slow on that. Like he waited properly for the air dodge, and right there, Luigi's flashing. It's time to hit him right now. Get that Nair hitbox out or fair hitbox out now, because that move is active for a long time. Unfortunately, he just didn't get it out quick enough. I mean, he still got a great chase. He chased him all the way up, and Luigi's still pressing A. Dares, and Rip's like, I don't care. Up smash. And ends up taking the stock. Unfortunately, I mean, he could have gotten the edge guard earlier. This is what I'm going to focus on. He could have gotten the edge guard earlier if he was just if he was a little bit faster on the air dodge reaction. And you'll see that's going to be a theme coming up with the rest of his matches. That it's not so much that he overextends in the advantage, because he doesn't. He waits perfectly in the advantage, but he doesn't capitalize when the opportunity is given to him. So, moving on. I don't know, he's doing a little down smash taunt. Now, my first note is actually coming up here at 119. Tries to punish a rising Luigi aerial out of shield. Everything Luigi does in the air is safe. So here we go. Coming up 119. Okay.
Also, guys, if you want to watch or see any of the pools, they are listed right here.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to 119 here. I think I missed it. Yeah, right there. Yep. See, gets a grab, blah, blah, blah. Alright, now Luigi just, it's like a meme. Luigi just, this man just up-aired your shield. What do you do? So, as Smash players, when someone aerials our shield, we want to grab them. It's like muscle memory at this point because it's such a good option in this game. Unfortunately, against Luigi, it doesn't really work that way, especially when you're on a moving platform. Luigi's first actionable frames are so short that there's only a couple aerials, and only when they're done really sloppily can you really punish them. His landing aerials aren't that safe, but when you're on a moving platform like this and Luigi is still in the air with his high jump and he can press another aerial button, just let him go. I guess Rip could have out of shield nared, but he tried to grab and got hit for it. But yeah, you can see. Yeah, he tried to grab. I guess he misspaced it. If Luigi didn't keep rising with that back air, he probably would have gotten grabbed. So it wasn't a bad idea by Rip, but as a rule, it's really not a good idea to try to punish Luigi when he's rising aerialing, because he's going to press another A button. And then when he presses that second A button, that's when you get him. It's sort of like a ZSS thing. Don't drop shield after the nair. Drop shield after the bad option she picks after the nair. Sort of like that. He could have probably traded with an out of shield nair, but it's really not really worth it. But he takes a meaty back air for that. And I got my next villain coming up at 136, so we'll see him. He's chasing down Luigi. He's really approaching when he doesn't need to be honest. He's got a pretty hefty lead right now. He's only at 88. He's not liable to die to anything but an up B right now, or maybe a downward F smash or something silly and stupid like that. So there's no real reason to keep approaching into his shield, especially with quick attack, and for that he takes an up smash for it. Fortunately, he's still not going to die, but ooh, excellent job, and I think that's what I did. Yeah, 136. Great awareness of Cyclone and reversal Gimp. Spoilers. So Luigi thinks he has a Butter thinks he has an opening here to do a Cyclone Gimp, and he really doesn't. Rip continues to drop past where, see, with Cyclone you can't drop that far because then you'll never make it back. So because they want to mash, obviously, so they're gonna go back up. So Rip just falls more and more and more and more, stays out of the range, and he's like, "I'm Pikachu, weep weep weep," and instead hits Luigi with a drag down bear. Just and doesn't actually give him the chance to tech. You can see Luigi is down here air dodging, thinking he had to tech. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the chance to do that. So they both take each other out, really, or Pikachu just, I mean, he probably would have made it back, but Pikachu gimps him with a reverse edge guard. And that's really great awareness by Rip as far as recovering. A lot of Pikachus will be kind of brain dead recovering because their recovery is so good. They don't realize that you can still mix it up even further than that. Alright, break. Okay, we're still recording. Good, 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 good. Okay. Moving on to game 2. This is Butter's counter pick, obviously. Oh. Notes for game 1. You didn't really overextend in your advantage that much. It was really your neutral. You were a little too, I mean, that was a pretty dominating game 1, so it's going to be pretty nitpicky for me to say anything bad about it. But you were a little too over-aggressive in the neutral when you had the lead, and your air dodge reaction times could have been a little bit better. Could have extended the edge guards there. But other than that, you did a good job. You shielded when you needed to in advantage, and you extended your strings. So let's see. Spoilers, this is 3 games. Let's see how Butter brings this back game 2. Alright, so according to my notes, Butter takes on the battlefield. And I said, interesting that Butter would go here over Dreamland, Town and City, or Smashville. Pikachu will now live longer while having more space to edgeguard and gimp. And yeah, I don't know why he went to Battlefield, because Luigi isn't really known for his ladder combos. He's known for killing off the top with down throw down B and up smash.
Who knows? He could be.
And he's also known for having a really gimpable and exploitable recovery. Battlefield has bigger blast zones and the same amount of stage, so there's more space off stage for Pikachu to do his thing, while Butter is going to have a harder time getting the raw kill with this up smash. Alright. Great use of Thunder. Oh wow, I'm actually just reading my notes. Great use of Thunder and reverse combo, but misreads DI and goes for up air. So here we go. Immediately, he gets a little bit of damage, but he sort of, they both kind of press A. Oh, Jesus Christ. They both kind of press A, and he ends up trading with a grab. Butter is still mashing A as hard as possible. I'm sure if Rip was there, you could probably hear Butter just like that A button. You gotta pay attention to that, people. Not a lot of people know that you can tell what an opponent's gonna do by listening to their controller or looking at it, but you didn't hear that from me. So yeah, okay, so he gets the grab out of that trade, but Pikachu, frame 1 Thunder, even though he gets hit, Pikachu calls in the Thunder Gods to help him break the combo, and Rip immediately capitalizes, gets another combo of his own. But as I said in my notes, he misreads the DI and then goes for up air. And unfortunately, he should have gone for a different aerial. So we watch this again. Breaks that, boom, up air, up air. Now, okay, he goes for back air, but he jumps when he back airs. He should have just back aired. He's still, I mean, Luigi is still naring out. Like, he hasn't air dodged, he hasn't done anything. I mean, he's air dodged once, but there's really only 2 options Luigi can do, and that's nair and air dodge. Nair dodge, as I call it. And, so, this is a really important part of maximizing and optimizing your character, is knowing where DI is sending. This is also a really important part of optimizing your advantage state, is paying attention to where your moves are hitting your opponent. I know that sounds stupid and simple, but you can't just assume that a combo is going to be true all the time, especially these low percent Build-A-Bear combos. You can see the angle, and I can see why Rip was like, okay, Luigi's at this angle. I need to jump and bear him. Unfortunately, he's not taking into account that Luigi's going to be falling. So Luigi falls fast. Okay, let's go back to where he gets the... See, right here, you can see the double jump bubble. Luigi's going to be falling, and Pikachu's going to be rising. So these two are not really going to meet. I don't want to overanalyze anything, but he ends up dropping his string because he didn't really read where Luigi was going to go. But I mean, did he really drop the string? Because he's getting more and more damage. Unfortunately, the percents are still in Luigi's favor because of his higher damage output. And right here is my next note. 258. After a great out-of-shield punish, Rip for some reason commits to a dash attack before Butter does anything. A run-up shield would have been smarter, and down B very laggy. So here we go. Look at that. Beautiful out-of-shield option by Rip. He was just, boom, right on it. See, this is him learning from Game 1. In Game 1, he tried to grab a Rising Luigi aerial, and this one, he chased after it before it was even over with an out-of-shield nair. And look at that. He was already... See, he gets the out-of-shield punish, and then he's already committing to a dash attack. And I can think maybe now looking at Game 1 why he'd do that. Because it would cover falling air dodge, and I guess he thought maybe it would beat out excuse me, it would beat out down B, but it didn't, and he was already, like, advantage, you need to keep your options open so you can react to whatever your opponent's disadvantage options are, and he did a good job of that game 1, but here he threw out this dash attack kind of sloppily, and Luigi actually punishes him with down B, and can you imagine the punish that could have ensued if he just shielded that? That would have been like a charged up smash, and the whole party starts all over again. So he's a little bit overzealous recovering backstage with a bear, and ends up taking a hefty amount of damage from Luigi's aerials. Okay, barely escapes that forward smash. He needs to be a little careful with these unorthodox ledge get up options. You don't want to hit that, and oh, don't die to that. Okay, he almost died to that down B, but it's still like, this is like crunch time basically for Luigi mains. It's like, all right, time to look for the kill. And my next note's coming up in about 10 seconds. Ooh, he keeps getting hit with these bears. Luigi is not a character that cares how low down Pikachu goes. Okay, this time he actually punishes... Oh, jeez, look out. Okay, chill, chill, chill. This time he actually punishes accordingly. The down B. He waits, he learns his lesson, he shields, and then he up smashes, which is probably optimal if you can't get maybe an F tilt or an F smash, but he's just like, I want to see if I want to get him up there for maybe a thunder spike. You could have done with F tilt to maybe get an edge guard going. And this is pretty congruent with my notes. 343, he corrects his mistake from last stock. Shield is a good option as long as Luigi's in the air and can't grab you. So, yeah, Luigi's advantage is so bad because he's slow and yeah, that's it, really. He's slow. He doesn't have a quick, like, bouncing fish get off me option or get out of jail free option, and he can't grab you. So shield is a fantastic option against Luigi when you are an advantage. And as you saw, it got Rip a free charged up smash, so... Alright, following his Thunder Jolt to try to break the wall. This is probably going to be really hard for Pikachu to get into a character like Luigi, who can just anti-air him all day long and stuff him out with arguably a better projectile. My notes stop here, so it must be over pretty quick. Oh boy. Oh, great down tilt to F smash. I'm surprised Luigi didn't actually go for any like A button option there. Great job quick attacking out of range of that up smash. Unfortunately, he gets hit with it anyway. Ooh my god, this is some ridiculous ledge play by these two. And Rip on borrowed time. Good lord. Oh, see... This is a classic Luigi move. I'm going to Rising Aerial, and you think that this isn't safe, because most characters can only do one Rising Aerial. I'm Luigi, though. Look at how high I jump. Look how quick my moves are. I'm going to down air, and when it doesn't work, I'm going to back air you in the face. And yeah, that's a pretty strong back air to get hit by. So, Luigi takes game 2. Notes for this: constantly either giving up stage control for weak conversions. Yeah, quick attack only does 2%, despite how annoying it may seem. Or committing to options. Example, you did a lot of sloppy bears, and Rip did a lot of like F smashes early when they wouldn't even kill. And he was throwing out options. More importantly, he was throwing out options hoping that Butter was going to run into them. Pikachu has a quick enough response frame data and quick enough startup that he doesn't need to do anything beforehand. It's not like Ganon, where you have to like be one step ahead of your opponent and like be like, oh, they're gonna be here. I mean, you can do that and you can get something pretty big like an F smash or an up smash or something like that. But he was throwing out bears and just drifting towards Luigi, while Luigi already had all of his options open, and he just sat there looking at him like, what are you doing? and you throw out stuff like F smash, just hoping it would hit. You kind of got a little desperate. But other than that, I mean, that's probably why Rip lost. He got a little sloppy towards the end. He was a little bit overzealous after he lost the first stock. He's like, oh man, I'm in panic mode now. So, nothing too crazy, but he did get 2-stocked. So, right now, both players have 2-stocked each other, and game 3 is anybody's guess. So, where does Rip... Now, here's the interesting thing. Where does Rip take Butter? He goes back to Battlefield, which confirms my suspicion, as my notes say, that Battlefield is where Pikachu wanted to go. Which begs the question, why did Butter take Pikachu to Battlefield? I mean, it worked out for him. Don't get me wrong, he got a pretty decisive win, but I just don't understand why he would do that. Now, my first note is actually at the very, very beginning of the game, his first string of the game. He runs right in. Actually, no, he doesn't run right in. He runs right out. Respects Pikachu's fireball. And he sees that he's shielding. Does a quick little cross-up forward air. Luigi thinks that it's, again, is going to be laggy. And hits him with another cross-up forward air into up tilt. And here it is again. Luigi, or Butter, whatever you want to call him. Wow, look at that hitbox. Crazy. Is not learning from his disadvantage mistakes. If I was him, I would try to jump out. But instead, he's naring out. Which Rip, again, respects. Like, okay, this is where my up tilt is not safe on hit, and I can't get anything off of this. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the grab this time, and both kind of just spaghetti the punish. And he goes for another up tilt. It gets shielded, but again, no punish. So he anti-airs his air-to-air. He air-to-airs the air-to-air. Yeah. Okay, my notes say, does a good job of being patient until 537. So let's see what happens here at 537. Tries to get a jab reset. Not really going to work out. But he's not stressing things too hard. But here we go, 537, boom. Decides to quick attack right into Luigi's shield. And not only that, crosses him up from the back. So he ends up right in Luigi's grab range. And Luigi has a lot of out-of-shield options. He's got up B, he's got grab, both of which are his best tools. He's got out-of-shield nair, and he's got up smash. All of them are sub-frame 10, basically. So you really can't dance around Luigi's shield like that with quick attack, because it's not a lagless move, as the meta has progressed. And he gets grabbed, takes a hefty 30% for it, and he's still off stage and disadvantage. And look at this, he does this again. This isn't even in my notes, I don't think. Jumps off and just immediately nairs. I don't even think that would have been safe on hit, because that was already the weak hit. He threw out nair hoping Luigi was going to run into it, but Luigi was nowhere near it, and he just smacks him in the face for it. Okay. 549 is my next note. Okay. There it is. So he throws out Bear again. This time it actually works. Is this throws out Bear hoping against it? No, it was Nair that time. See, you can't afford, when you're fighting Luigi, you can't afford to just throw out, unless you got like a sword. Like if you're Cloud, maybe. But if you're Pikachu, and you're a little boy, or you're like Wario or Mario, or somebody with reasonable hitboxes, you can't just like throw out a move and hope Luigi wins into it. You can never... When you do that, you assume your opponent is dumb. You assume your opponent is worse than you, or that they're going to do something suboptimal. You can't assume that an opponent is going to do something suboptimal until you've conditioned them to do that. And right now, I don't think anybody's conditioned anybody to do anything. If anything, Rip is conditioned to hold shield after he hits him twice, so he doesn't get nared. Which could be, you know, something he does, something Butter did to lessen the disadvantage in a little bit. Okay, my next note's at 6:20, so we got a few more, about 20 more seconds of pure gameplay. There it is again. Look at that. So he gets him off stage pretty decently. Look at that. This is like a perfect situation for Pikachu to be in. And he doesn't wait for... There's only two things that... Okay, he's already cycloned, right? So if he wants to cyclone again, he has to jump. So there's only two things Luigi can do right now. He can air dodge. Oh, three things. He can air dodge, he can throw out a move, or he can jump. So, probably going to air dodge, because it's fastest. Now, he air dodges, but Rip doesn't wait for it this time. In the first game, in game one, he did a good job waiting, but he didn't capitalize at the right time. His timing was off. This time, he just goes straight for it and gets the read wrong. And any other character would have definitely died from that Cyclone Gimp. But here we are again. Ooh, that was great. Excellent. Now, great spacing. See, he didn't throw out a bear or anything and hoping he hit him. What happened was that he put Luigi in a bad place. He did not have any options going on right now. So he's here. He is completely open. Luigi is falling with a nair and doing what Rip did game 2. He's hoping that the nair hits. Unfortunately, Pikachu, with his options open, or just simply a good read, covered a lot of options that way. Perfect pivoted away and F smashed him, shocked him right in the butt for it. And now there's only one thing he can do, and that's side B. So this is basically free for Rip. Yep. Gets the edge guard. And that was what my note said. Decent edge guard, but should stay out of Cyclone range while waiting for air dodge. Luigi can't wait forever to recover. Either air dodge, Cyclone, or double jump. Wait for one. That's basically what I already said. You just gotta chill a little bit, you know. Until you get to the super high levels, people aren't really gonna wait or mix up their recovery. They're gonna air dodge, and it's up to you to, as a character with great recovery and edgeguard tools, to just wait for that air dodge and hit him back out. All right, next, I'll just go to my next note here. It's at 6:48. Didn't respect Luigi's combo breakers. Up tilt took too long to reach Luigi. Luigi gets a Cyclone kill due to Rip, understandably not wanting to air dodge. All right, let's as I narrate that, let's go back to see what happens here. All right, so he gets there. See, there you go. He trades with Luigi. Right here. He trades with Luigi because up tilt starts here. Up tilt actually starts here and doesn't reach here until another few frames later. So they basically end up trading, despite Pikachu being in the advantage state here. They end up trading because Pikachu's tail takes too long to get over to Luigi. So he doesn't respect Luigi's frame data. And look how Butter capitalizes on this. They both get sent up, and he's like, oh, I'm on this. Cyclone. And Rip doesn't air dodge through it. Or was he in hit stun the whole time? There's no way. No. He was in idle stance. So he could have air dodged there. I can see why, as I say in my notes, I can see why he didn't want to air dodge. Because he air dodged immediately game 1, and it got him out of it, so maybe he thought Butter was going for the 50-50. I mean, this is a classic 50-50 situation. If he air dodged, he would have lived. If he didn't air dodge and Luigi decided to wait for it, then he would have died anyway. I don't know if he could have double jumped, or if he already used his jump, but that would have gotten out of that situation too. He could have maybe tried to thunder and break him out of it. But instead, he decides to do nothing and ends up getting a Cyclone stock taken. But, I mean, whatever. I mean, he's still got the lead. It's not the end of the world, and he's already racking up more damage. 7-10 is in a pretty good spot, but for some reason goes ham with the landing dare nowhere near Luigi. So, yeah. He's doing really well right now. He's racking up damage. He's got ridiculous combo strings going. But then you see this. Now, dare ends up spiking. Luigi's clearly not ready for it because he's pressing A again. And I don't think Rip's ready for it either because he's like, oh, wow, Luigi's doing something and he's not supposed to be. I'm going to fall down there with dare. But there's this thing with Rip again where he thinks Luigi's just going to stay where he is. Or like he can't move out of the way in time. But Luigi is already running away by the time Rip commits to this dare. So we see he should have, as soon as the grab should have saved him. He goes for the grab, and then that grab lag should have stopped Rip from trying to feel like he could dare in time. Because he's get the grab, and by the time the grab's over, Luigi's already moving. And what Rip should have done is recognize that Luigi's already moving and not go for this dare, because boom, Luigi's like, oh, I'm on that. I'm in that ass now. Boom, 25%. I mean, he's still got the pretty hefty lead, but the last thing you want to give Luigi is a grab. And especially off of a dare like that, that's really sloppy, that really could have been avoided. At this point, you really don't even have to approach Luigi at all. You can be a total dick and just platform camp the entire time, the rest of the 4 minutes. But I mean, whatever, he's still got the lead. Now, let's see. Next note coming up in about 30 seconds here, so I'm just going to keep commentating. Blows going back and forth. Rip doing a good job avoiding Luigi's bust zones. Ooh, okay, this time doesn't land in front of him, but he still needs to chill with these quick attacks because he takes another 20 damage for that. He does a regular get up, actually the first I've ever seen him do this set. But right now, it's even. It's even, but, I mean, he's doing a good job keeping advantage in his favor. Wow, look at that. Nair to dash attack? Boom. That's crazy. I never knew that was a thing. Now here, 750. Waits properly, but misses the window. Technical error. Good use of F smash to push Luigi away. So he waits. Look at that. He waits properly, but he misses the timing again. Ugh! Rip. Recognize what air dodge animations each character has and get that down to muscle memory. You cannot be missing edgeguards like this. Look at this. Boom! As soon as you see, he's doing it where he's doing a very typical thing I see a lot of players do when they're edgeguarding or trying to get an air dodge read. Okay. Let me see if I can explain this. They wait for the air dodge to be over before they actually press their attack input. That would have to require your jump and move to be frame 1. There's only about a 6-frame window between 2 air dodges on any given character. So you have to time this correctly. And in order to time it correctly, you have to, if you're going to do a jump aerial to poke somebody back out, boom, that's when you should have done it. Or is it just not over yet? No? Okay, he just did it too early. I mean, this is a good idea. A lot of players will do it too late because they feel like, okay, now the air dodge is over. Right? Now this is when I do it. But in this case, Rip, it was too early. He was a little too overzealous and missed his window between the 2 air dodges, which granted is not a very big window, but Pikachu's got a couple great moves in order to really make something of that. Now, it's getting to crunch time as far as the game's concerned. He goes for this ridiculous up smash right here. I guess he expected him to roll backward, but why? Let's see where Luigi's at. Okay. I don't know why Luigi would... Okay, Luigi rolls behind instead of away. Rolling away is usually never a good idea. Because rolling away from someone who's already facing towards you is usually not a good idea because they got a lot of options to chase you down. Commits way too hard with dash attack through the game away. Okay. Spoilers. Commits really hard to this up smash that I'm not even sure would have killed. And this time, like, beautiful read in the 50-50. Waits, does the one Mississippi count, and avoids this tornado. Doesn't get much off of it, but, you know, the last thing I want to do is to... See, I don't get it. Rip is so smart about not overextending and not doing anything crazy sometimes, and then he'll just throw out up smash and hope it works. And that's just, man, I don't get it. He was so crazy. He didn't even want to punish the cyclone, but instead he does up smash in neutral. And there again he mistimes the air dodge read. Okay, he waits properly, but he did what I said a lot of players do before. He waits for the air dodge to be over before he does his attack. He should have already been fairing inside of Luigi. Sort of like how this is going, but a little bit different timing. Like, just shift it over a couple frames and you'll get it. You really gotta, like, memorize what these animations are. Or maybe check them out in Smashforge to see exactly where the intangibility stops. Okay. Great. Wow, that was so close. Wow, that was so close. These guys are just trading for glory style. Luigi's low traction on shield actually coming in handy there, pushing himself away with his F smash, getting him out of that kill range on up smash. Just look at what is that? Good lord. So they're just spot dodging each other. Rip being really careful, not overcommitting that much. And then, as I say that, he just dash attacks in. I hope that was a missed input. I wrote, commits way too hard at 832 with dash attack, threw the game away. Yeah. I think he really did just throw the game away. If that wasn't a missed input, that was a horribly... I mean, it would have killed, maybe, but that was like... That's like I'm already up a stock and I'm not even trying sort of read. There was no reason... He already had the lead. He had about a 15% lead. Butter had to approach against a character that can duck his fireballs and shoot electric back. Comparable frame data, better movement, platforms, all this. He didn't even have to be on the ground. All he had to do was wait for Luigi to do some sort of up smash on shield unsafely, get a grab, throw him off, whatever he needs to do. Instead, he goes in for this dash attack that I think Luigi was already shielding. Okay, where does Pikachu commit? Alright, F smashes. Alright, yeah. I guess he realized Pikachu wasn't going to get much off of a throw anyway, but stage control. And he just goes in. There wasn't much running or anything like that. He didn't even cross up. He just dash attacked right into his shield. And Luigi gets pushed away. Maybe he thought it was going to cross up, but Luigi gets pushed away so much that it didn't actually cross up. He just pushed him over like this. And, yeah, ends up losing the game for it. So... that's it. That's game 3. That's the set. And Butter takes the, bang bang. Butter takes the set because of it. Now, Rip came to me worried about overextending an advantage and working around disadvantage. He did that fine, to be honest. He didn't really overextend an advantage that much. There was a couple times, but it wasn't really his main problem. His main problem was inconsistent neutral. So I'll just lay down the pros and cons for you right now. Pros: you didn't overextend that much in advantage. You knew when to shield. Luigi's moves and knew when to respect the frame data, like especially the low percent combos, you had a very patient neutral for the most part. But for the first con, it was an inconsistent neutral because you did a really good job being very patient and not overcommitting in some things, but then at other times you would just throw out dash attacks, throw out up smashes in neutral that was just begging Luigi to come up and destroy you. Your disadvantage was actually very good. I don't think Luigi got more than 30% off of one conversion on you, which is pretty good. Like, you didn't lose that much percent per neutral exchange, but you lost neutral way more than you should have. Your neutral was patient, but it didn't get... Like, you stayed in neutral for a long time, but you didn't win neutral that much. Compared to what, this matchup should entail. Your edgeguards need work. You did a good job waiting for the air dodges for the most part. There was only one instance where you didn't, which that could be viewed as a mix-up. But your timing needs work. You need to get the air dodge timing down. Study those animations. Go in Smash Forge, whatever you need to do. Because there was about 4 dropped edge guards that you could have gotten that could have landed you a stock. You did a great job recovering, staying out of that cyclone zone. Your disadvantage was on point, I gotta say. But your neutral was a little... Yeah, your neutral was pretty inconsistent. I don't want to keep repeating myself here, but your neutral was pretty inconsistent. You kept throwing out moves hoping that they would hit. You can never go into a match, or you can never throw out a move, whatever, hoping that it's going to hit your opponent. Like I said, that's assuming that they're worse than you, and you can't do that. You gotta assume that they're at least the same amount as you, the same skill as you, or better. You can't assume that your opponent's gonna be dumb. So... Yeah, I even said own disadvantage looks clean. Clean up your inconsistent neutral. It's all well and good going for reads, but these when I see them and I think that they're missed inputs, you didn't do... the read wasn't there. If I think that that your reads are missed inputs, then the read wasn't there, or you didn't do a good enough job conditioning them into a read. Reads are all well and good, especially Game 3, but you have to know that they're going to do that first. You have to condition them to do that. Which is, as far as Butter trying to condition you an advantage, you didn't fall for it. You fell for one Cyclone, which was a pretty spaghetti-like situation, but you didn't fall for the 50-50s, which is good. Alright, finally, just clean up your option selects. Crazy dash attacks, crazy up smashes, crazy back airs. All of that was not really necessary. When you have the lead, just chill. Just chill. You got 4 minutes left. There's no reason to go in and, you can go to the bathroom after the match, There's no reason to, overextend and end up losing, because then you're out of the tournament. Would you rather wait another couple minutes to win, or would you rather go further in the tournament? It's, you got to weigh those options. So, yeah. Overall, good job, Rip. Don't feel ashamed about how you played. I hope you just watch this and it helps clean up some of your habits. And, yeah. Thank you for joining me, guys, for this very belated one-set session request. And if you have a request to give, simply message me at the Twitter handle below. and or you could leave a comment, or you could hit Pushblock Gaming up on Twitter. That's at Pushblock Gaming. Either one of these works. Just send me a clip that you want me to analyze, and tell me what you want to work on. Tell me what you think your biggest weaknesses are. In this case, I don't even think this was his biggest weakness. I looked and didn't really find that many weaknesses in that regard. Instead, I found different ones. Maybe that can happen with yours. Just drop a message, drop a comment, whatever, and I will analyze it for you. DM me. Slide into those DMs. Anyway, I'll catch you at the next video, guys.